It goes without saying that one of aviation enthusiasts' favorite activities is plane spotting. Whether you're spotting at your local airport or at a large hub airport, you always know that you're in for a good time. One of my favorite spotting traditions is the DFW Skylink. There's just nothing like watching planes over the ramp while connecting at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing today as we ride on board the DFW Skylink and catch some awesome airplanes. So without any further delay, everybody, let's get into this. I have just arrived at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport after flying in from Tulsa, Oklahoma on board this American Airlines Boeing 737-800. I just got a quick lunch and I am ready to go plane spotting. So let's go get on the Skylink, everybody. Alrighty everybody, so let's go get on the Skylink. So I'm super excited to be back here at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. You guys probably know the drill with the Skylink at this point. This is an automatic, but as you guys may have heard from my trip report on the American 737, the only reason we were coming to Dallas this time is to literally go plane spotting. And before we head over to Founders Plaza and get that all going, of course, you know I had to make a round on the Skylink. So super excited to get up here on a beautiful winter day here in December. So really excited for this trip, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the content so far. And like I said, as we make it up here to the Skylink, we got around here on the Skylink with some really cool planes. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to take you guys through all these catches that we had. There was a bunch of really cool ones, so really looking forward to that. And then we'll have some talking about some pictures and various elements. But take a look at this view up here from DFW Skylink entrance area. I've spotted up here many times, and there's so many cool views as we wait here for one of the Skylinks to arrive. The outside Skylinks go counterclockwise, so they go all the way around. So for instance, it goes from Terminal A to Terminal B, while the inside Skylinks go to clockwise over to Terminal C, for instance. Highly recommend getting on the outside Skylink going counterclockwise so that you can get a good view of the apron if you are plane spotting. But nevertheless, as you guys can see over here, the Skylink is about to arrive and we're about to go get on board. So let's go do it, everybody. Alrighty everybody, welcome aboard the Skylink, and I am super excited to be back. It's only been 6 months, but that's a bunch of time, so really glad to be back on the Skylink, and here we go. So getting positioned here, really enjoy the corner here on the Skylink. It's really nice for the reflections of the camera, and it's really easy to maneuver around, so that's quite nice. And here we go with the American Airlines 737-800, not the one that brought us in, but certainly one of them, and a really nice looking ramp. Like I said, we have several aircraft out there, and we're already getting started, so we're on the move, guys. Let's get started. As you guys saw over there, we have two Envoy 175s that we're taxiing over from the B terminal takeoff. DFW's operations are kind of weird with where they take off. It really depends on where the aircraft is going, so that's kind of how that's depicted. There was some sort of mainline aircraft right there, and then there's an Embraer 175. We got two more mainlines, 321 and a 737. How about 200 November Yankee? It's been a while since I've seen that one. American has some weird tail number prefixes, just a couple there, 737s. The majority of them are cool. I'll kind of slow it down a little bit since we're going rapid fire, but there's an American Eagle Embraer 175, and a nice time to go over the bridge here and kind of take our breath in, because it's really like this. It's jam-packed, but that ends immediately as here we go. The Mesa CRJ 900. So glad that I got to see all these, as you guys know, Mesa is going to be heading over to United with their CRJs. So there we go. Some more 175s, and even though it's typical for this sector at DFW, it's looking really nice. Plenty of Mesa CRJ 900s along with another 175. You're going to see a bunch of those. Love this Terminal E satellite extension, and here we go. Some various aircraft, including an Embraer 175 and two Mesa CRJ-900. So what happens here is here's where we take the break, and of course passengers get in and out. This is typically somewhere between 15 and 30 seconds, really just depends, but it looks really nice. In the ramp, as you guys can see out there, it's looking really good. Got a couple cirrus clouds, but they're not going to be too big of a factor right now. It's kind of top lit anyways, but like I said, if I'm post security at DFW and have the opportunity to go on the Skylink, I am never going to pass that up. There is some really cool aircraft back there in the hangar. Comment below if you saw what that was. That was really cool, but nevertheless, there's a UPS that appears to be a 757-200 on short final for only 18 right, and we're going to get to see more of that in the Founders Plaza spotting video for DFW, so definitely be sure to stay on the lookout for that. But I normally would, like cut the video here because we're at a break, but DFW's just loaded. Look at this, two more Airbuses right there, and just like that, we're already moving again. So no reason to cut the video because we're already back on the move. Also keep in mind, PSA CRJ 900s will start flying in DFW here very soon. So definitely getting that Mesa CRJ 900 shot right there, because like I said, those are going to be moving over to like Houston and whatnot. So there's another view that something back there. So definitely point that out if you see what's over there. It's kind of hard to see on the video, but if you point it out, I'll be very impressed in the comments section. And here we go with an absolute conga line of Envoy 175s. They park a bunch of them over here in the middle part of the B concourse. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, and I bet there's probably 2 or 3 more here. There's 4, and do we have another one? Yes, there's 5. I wonder if we have any more here. No, we're going to get into the mainline sector. So gates B1 through B12 pre-pandemic were transformed into mainline gates. They took that away briefly during the pandemic, and now they are back to mainline gates, as American Airlines needs all the capacity they can get to serve all these mainline flights. So again, a nice little break here to catch our breath. I mean, DFW is just loaded. I know it's a bunch of American Airlines mainline planes, but seriously never gets old, at least for me, and I always really enjoy it. And taking pictures here is really hard. You really have to, as you can see, excuse me guys, as you can see, I'm maneuvering my hand to keep the glare there, because as you can see on my footage from my iPhone here, there's a bunch of glare on the window. So that's kind of the toughest part. Not really a factor when it's overcast, but when it's nice lighting like this, it is pretty challenging. So I just recommend using your opposite hand from where you're taking the pictures with, so you're able to do that, and it works pretty well. So here's an American Airlines Airbus A321 with Shotcuts, a really good looking plane. As you can see, I'm adjusting the zoom there, kind of get a nice view of that. So love to see that. And just like that, we're already back going. Also, huge shout out to all of our ramp employees. We have so many of them operating our pushback tugs, the baggage belts, everything in between, GPUs, you name it. We really appreciate you guys, and they're doing great work. All right, here we go with some more mainline planes. As you can tell, they're really tight, but they get the job done. Another 321 with Sharklets, and then here's a 175 and a couple of really neat gates here at the edge. I really hope to go explore that part of DFW at some point to really see what that's all about and see how the infrastructure is. But as you can tell, we have a couple gates there in the corner, and then the Skylane goes all the way out and all the way back in. This is our first big turn experience that we've experienced from this leg, so really cool. And the camera kind of went whack, but it's okay. Okay, so like I said, quite a few really cool mainline gates there. And Terminal D at this time of the day is really not too active because there's not a ton of international flights yet. They'll all start arriving in here in a couple hours, but we'll see that from Founders Plaza this time around, so that'll be really cool. However, we do have one American Airlines, appears to be an A321, yes, on a domestic flight, because these first couple dates here at DFW are domestic. So looking really cool. This is fantastic, but we're about to go into Terminal D, and if you guys remember, that area you can't really see anything, so now we'll do a little bit of a jump cut, and then we'll get back into some really cool aircraft here in a moment, but I'll leave you guys here with that amazing view. Alrighty everybody, so we're about to peek out of Terminal D right here, and I did get to explore Terminal D in a few weeks after this, so that video will be coming out soon, so definitely stay on the lookout for that. But here we go, in a new site for me. Super glad to get to see my very first Japan Airlines Boeing 787-8, which was really cool, and the first time I think I've seen Spirit parking here too. Not the first time for the Aeromexico Connect 190, but I was very glad to get to see that, as I believe this is my very first time seeing them since the pandemic. They came back in July of 2022. I'll try to slow it down, guys. I try not to talk too fast, but as you guys can tell, it's just absolutely loaded. Speaking of which, there's a nice Airbus taking off in the background. But yes, first Japan 787-8, and I'm feeling very grateful and thankful I was able to catch this, because it's mainly been 787-9 and the 777-300s coming back too, which is really cool. Spirit A320neo is probably off to your Cancun or something like that, not completely sure, but of course they need to use the international gate because it's the international route. And then here's the Terminal D extension once again. I've really enjoyed getting to see the Terminal D extension, even though I'm really focused on that Japan 787 shot right now. But I really enjoyed the Terminal D extension, as it's a really nice element and it looks really cool, and hopefully my camera will focus. There we go. Take a look at that Terminal D extension. We got the American Airlines 319 and a 321. They're a good looking facility. But yeah, back to that Japan 787-8. That's really cool to get to see. This guy was out to Tokyo, of course, and it's looking really nice. So just like that, we're panning off at Terminal D, and now we have a nice sector heading over to the other concourse. Now, Concourse F will be constructed here at some point, hopefully at some point, but to begin here, we have the Viva Airbus A321neo. This is my first time catching this, and I was super glad to. It's a really pretty plane, and I was really glad to get to see it. I love the green engine, so that's really cool. And how about a Qatar Boeing 777-200LR FIFA World Cup livery? I think that was my first time catching it here at DFW, so that was really cool, and speaks testament and dividends of Qatar's services here at DFW, as they're flying 2 daily flights. The morning flights, that 777, it hard stands and it goes back after, and as you can tell, I was really happy. Anyways, the 777-200LR goes back after the Airbus A350 that arrives in the afternoon, as we'll see at Founders Plaza. That flight goes back first, and then the 777-200LR stays on the ramp and then goes back after that. So they get as much efficiency there as possible, although the plane doesn't have to sit on the ground for a really solid like 9 hours. But again, you can't really do too much with it in that point. So hopefully they get some more flights in one day so that they can be even more efficient and send some planes back at different times and whatnot. So here we go with the absolute army though of American Eagle CRJ-700s. You're going to see a bunch of these here at DFW filing in, because we got so many of them, and some more 170s for Envoy to come. But they're all SkyWest, of course, but there's like 15 of them, man. They never end. We also got Spirit's maintenance base back there, which is really cool. But take a look at all these CRJ-700s. These were US Airways gates, if you guys didn't know, and American Airlines integrated these back during the merger, so that's why American Airlines has these. And they they work really well. So certainly love to see that, and that effort's fantastic. Speaking of effort, take a look at that lighting on the Spirit Airlines Airbus A320neo, looking really nice. I'm very excited if everything goes as planned to fly them soon. I'll leave that as a disclosed what the flight is, so looking forward to that. Nevertheless, and expect a video and content to come on Spirit at some point, which I'm looking forward to. But like I said, there's the maintenance, and we have the Terminal East satellite, which is now pretty much all American Eagle CRJ-700s, as the 145 only has one route, and it's only going to last for about 2 more months to Champaign, Illinois, which Aviation did a really great video encompassing all that detail, so definitely check that out. But yeah, now it's all just CRJ-700s, but we at least have a 777 that just landed, excuse me, and there's an American Airlines Airbus A321 blasting off for somewhere. These 321s became very present here at DFW, especially the fence tip variant compared to what they used to be, so that's certainly been a very interesting sector to watch, and it's been really fun, so I've really enjoyed that. Once again, huge shout out to all the ramp employees, and yeah, DFW's just slowed. I just feel like, and maybe it's just because I haven't got to look at this in a while, but just rapid fire never ends. It's just boom, 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 and boom, which I absolutely love it. So definitely glad to get some really good pictures out of this, and it turned out really well. So absolutely love that effort. Thank goodness for the iPhone mount too, because as you can tell, I was getting plenty of great footage. Another nicely lit Spirit. This is an E320 with sharklets. That's a great looking plane. Very excited to fly them, even though I'm not exactly sure what to expect with the experience compared to some of the other airlines. Here we go with Delta A220 100 right there, and then that should be a 300. So super glad to get to see the 300 in good lighting. That's super cool, and that looked really nice. So certainly glad to get to see a Delta A220 300. Chester Alaska 737-900 never fails to impress me, and they had the air stair on it, so that's really cool. I'm going to try to integrate that into my next DFW update. Just like Southwest, looks like Alaska's cleaning their planes out with air stairs. And then here we go into the really nice part of Terminal C right there, as you can see with all those American Airlines mainline planes, and we have a United Airlines 737-800, it would appear, loading up probably for Houston or Denver or something like that. So really great looking plane. As you can tell, they're getting them all loaded up. But yeah, for the other airline operations here at DFW, it's a nice variety, but United, Delta, Spirit, Frontier has quite a few flights nowadays, and then yeah, there's a pretty good variety. Sun Country also has a good variety too, so that's nice. But yeah, beautiful day here at DFW. It was like it was very windy. It was probably a 30 knot gust, but it was like 70 degrees, so I was vibing, I was enjoying it. You can see our ramp employees also were too, as they just got done doing their projects. So that's really cool, and yeah, really nice to get to see all this variety going on here. Also really cool to see that roadway that that baggage car right there is using it, so that's really cool as they cut across, and that has to be much more efficient than going all the way down and then back around, so that's really cool. But yeah, here's that United 737. That silver trim never fails to impress me. I don't know why. I saw that on Lone Star 1 too when I was in Austin. I was like, dang, that trim is so cool. Nevertheless, there's the Hyatt Regency Hotel. That's where Airliners International 2023 is going to be taking place, so definitely check out the videos on that if you are interested. But that is the hotel in reference to its position on the airfield, so that's really cool. Really cool to see the E2 hybrid gates right there. That never fails to impress me, and it looks like the we got some the service road right there, got some interesting developments. And here we go in the Terminal C. So these Terminal C gates on the inside are actually new, as you can see by the windows right there. AS Aviation did a really good short on that, and probably some content to come, so definitely take a look at that if you haven't already. Excuse the focus right there, I'm sorry about that, but sometimes the iPhone goes kind of wacko. But then we have our American Airlines C gates, so you can tell we got some 320s right here, which is really cool. These have really became present here as well, just like I was talking about compared to previously. And then here we go, and take a look at this beautiful view. Again, this is kind of in between banks for American, so there are some planes, but there's also not. And then arrivals and departures, you know, I came in right after a bank, so it's kind of one of those deals. That American 737 had some deal going on with the engine right there. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but certainly interesting at the very least. And yeah, this DFW Skylink ride has been absolutely loaded. I've been thoroughly impressed, so have really enjoyed this, and this has been a bunch of fun to encompass all these details. So like I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video so far, as we've got to see quite a bit of good stuff. And I decided to break this into sectors because the full spotting video, if I would have done both my DFW Skylink rides and Founders Plaza, would have been like probably an hour and a half, so I thought this would be a little bit more applicable. Got an American 737, some sort of private jet way back there by the American Airlines East Hangar, which had some heavies at it, and downtown Dallas skyline, which always looks really nice. Really cool to get some backdrops with that. But yeah, take a look at the 737. Got some bags hanging out there, so that's unfortunate. Looks like that number 2 CFM 56 engine took a dump, so that's certainly unfortunate to get to see that there. But hey, they'll make it. I'm sure they're working on it, and again, very much appreciate that crew getting that plane fixed up. That right wing right there, that was not looking too hot either. So Also, some construction going on right there with the hardstand area. I know DFW is planning to expand the terminal pieces. I'll try to put a diagram if I remember what that looks like, but I think that maybe, I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but yes, more American Airlines mainline aircraft looking fantastic right here. But what I was saying is I wanted to break these videos up to make it a little bit more, digestible, if that makes sense. And I think this will work really well. We'll also have a night DFW spotting session coming soon, and I was actually filming that a little bit more attentively. That will go on the back burner though, as there we have a logo with the logo only on the inside of the wing on that American 737, so that was really cool to see. But what I was trying to say was that will also be coming out, so that'll be really cool. But I was actually filming it. It wasn't a camera mount video, so that turned out really cool. All right, here we go in Terminal A. Plenty of American Airlines mainline aircraft. That was my first logo on the winglet of the day. I actually saw one taxi out. I'll try to put a picture of that as well. But I saw one taxi out. I got an iPhone shot, but that was my first time getting a really good catch. And here we go with more American Airlines mainline airplanes. So here's an Airbus A321 IAE engines with sharklets. And what I was going to say here is I don't know what that would be called. That's like on the ground. If you guys see what I'm talking about, the white like powder. I'm not exactly sure what that was. It might be for the tires. Really not sure, but that was certainly interesting to get to see right there. But yeah, DFW was loaded over there at Terminal A. And again, I'm sorry about the iPhone focus. I put my camera up against the window, and then the actual camera body itself, where the mount sits on top of, is probably like all of like 6 inches back, so that's why it kind of messes with the focus. But yeah, what a beautiful looking day. Take a look at all that ground service equipment. Some sort of like appears to be a sheriff or DFW police car that's out and about, so I guess they're surveying that to make sure that nobody's breaking the rules. Also really cool, I noticed this when I was coming in on my trip port too. Really cool how they have the outlines for the GPU positions. I think that's what that is, or some sort of power unit, so that's really cool. And yeah, Terminal A is also loaded, so take a look at all this action that we have going here. So this is looking fantastic here. Another American 737, another logo on the winglet. Is it inside or an inside outside? It is an inside only, so that was really cool to get to see. And take a look at all these American Airlines mainline planes. I mean, there's so many here at DFW, man. And if you guys are coming to airliners or have been through DFW, of course, you know exactly what I'm referencing. Coming through here, as you guys can see, we have plenty of Airbus airplanes, 319, 320. One, that is. And there's that logo on the winglet again. Really cool to get to see all that variety, and it looks fantastic. We also have some sort of regional taking off. DFW is just a loaded airport, man, and it's seen a bunch of really cool eras. And with this current American Airlines livery, it's a really nice livery, I feel like. I know some people have various opinions on it, but I think it's a really nice livery. So here we go with the 319 right here, and then we got a 321 right here, so that's also looking super nice too. So absolutely love to get to see that effort. And then we're going to get to see another plane here in a moment, a Boeing 737. So I went one more around here on the Skylink to the position that I started at, and then I wanted to go spot at Founders Plaza. So I did one around the Skylink. So we are about to conclude this video in terms of this portion, but we'll also have another portion. I have a couple pictures I want to show you guys because I wasn't able to video it, so I'll show you guys that as well. All these pictures will also be coming soon, but there's so many of them I didn't want to do my typical spotting vlog, if you guys know what I'm saying, when I wasn't recording. Had the pictures going throughout, so I haven't decided what I want to do for Founders yet. I'll probably do the pictures and then put videos in as applicable. American Airlines 777 taxing in, looking really nice. And yeah, like I said, another little stop right here, but we got a United landing in American CRJ out and about. And take a look at all that ground service equipment, man. That is non-stop ground service equipment today. Absolutely love that effort, and have to give huge props to the phone because I wasn't filming the floor this time, but there really is no floor to film on the Skylink. It's the window to film, and the window, despite the focus, was working. So there's another American 737 taxiing into the gate, even though it is very hard to see. So looking fantastic. There we go. And I don't know if this video clip cuts out or not. Let's see if it ends up moving on or not. But this American 737 taxiing in the gate, Alpha 29 inbound from blank. I love that lighting on the shot right there. It's really cool how the DFW gates are set up. It presents many various lighting situations at various times of the day and from various perspectives. So that's certainly what we got to see right there. And I'm not sure if this video, I might have paused it. I'm not sure. Let's see. I would think that I would have kept it going. Okay, yeah, I did keep it going. So this is the last link here, or the last connection, and then we will have the next sector of the video. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But let's see if we have any last catches here. Fire truck looking cool. American 321 IAEs. Very excited to fly another one of those. Everything is going to plan. So there's a little bonus right there. Two more American Airlines mainline aircraft looking really good, and there's a Boeing 777 taxiing into the ramp as well. So that's really cool. The one that we just saw, ironically. Another American 321 Neo this time, looking good. I think that was a Philadelphia flight. I think I saw that one. And this is our American 737-800. Yeah, never mind. It's this one that we flew in. Really cool, but getting ready to push back. And we got another one. And yeah, so that's the full sector right there with the ambulance. Pretty crazy to get to see that. But we'll hop into the next portion of the video. I hope you guys are looking forward to this. Let's get into it, everybody. Alrighty everybody, so before we conclude today's video, I thought we'd take a look here at some really cool pictures that I got. So these pictures were from when we were taxiing in on the American 737-800, so I thought I would show these because I don't have really any good footage of them, and I do have a bunch more pictures, but like I said, that was pretty much everything you guys saw in the video clips, so we'll save the pictures for Founders Plaza. But nevertheless, here we go. So great to see the Mesa CRJ900 in the gray livery again. This wasn't the best picture, but I got some better ones. This is just where I chose to start off the lineup, so bear that in mind. And here we have a UPS Boeing 757-200, never gets old seeing these, so I was super glad to get to see this. And this is from the plane window, like I said, so this was certainly a challenge, but there were some really cool catches here, so that's why we're taking a look at that. American Airbus E321neo taxiing out. Sorry for the poor picture. Here's a pretty good one of a IAE Airbus E319 though, looking really nice. And here we go. So this is a really special catch. This is the Emirates Boeing 777-200 LR. I already edited a pretty good shot of it. This one was probably the best one. Now the reason that this is so significant is because first off, it was my first time seeing a 777-200 LR at DFW for Emirates since 2014, but furthermore, even better than that, this aircraft, Echo Victor Echo, was the same exact aircraft I saw here in DFW in 2014 in March when we were going to Breckenridge, Colorado on our spring break trip, flying into Denver. We connected through Dallas, which thank goodness I convinced my parents to do that because there was so many great memories out of that, flying a 757 and plane spotting all those American Airlines aircraft in the chrome in the new livery, that kind of transition period. But nevertheless, like I said, this is really cool because I haven't got to see one of these in a long time, and usually they taxi across the bridge and take off on the east side of the airport, so I really wasn't sure if I was going to get to see it or not, and luckily I did, so I was really happy to get to see this. And this is why I wasn't too upset about that the gate operator change. And like I said, I've seen this before. It's not anything I haven't seen before, but it's still really cool, and I was really glad to get to see it because I'm sure the 300 will be back someday, and who knows what the future of these hold for the Emirates fleet. It's certainly the most unique aircraft type in their fleet, so I was really happy to get to see, and I think it's a really nicely looking proportional plane. It's really cool, and it's not every day you get to see a 777-200 LR, that's for sure. So I was really glad to catch this, and really special that I've seen this one before. So it's certainly not the craziest shot in the world like we'll see at Founders Plaza compared to some of those heavies that we caught over there, but again, for the airplane window, I'm not going to complain. This is certainly a really good picture, as you guys can see, so very nice right there, and I really enjoyed that. Speaking of which, here's another American 737 taxiing into the gate, and that was of course getting after that Emirates despite the light poles. So again, really cool plane to see, and that was fantastic. The other element I was really excited about, as you guys can see, despite seeing this several times, it never gets old, and I always love different angles of the TWA retro aircraft, the American Airlines 737-800. As you can tell, my view was kind of obstructed in a couple ways with these two cars right here, although I did end up getting some pretty good shots, again, considering the circumstances. It's not the best pitch in the world. You can see certainly right here with that window reflection, but it was still really cool to get to see this again, and again, for being in the window, I'm not too upset about that. So that was really cool to get to see as well, and really nice to get to see TWA in full flesh right there. So really unique angles here. This one's pretty good. That will be workable, so pretty happy with this, and this turned out really good considering the circumstances. And I also, despite the angle, excuse that please, but I did get some pretty good taxiing shots, and we do have some exhaust heat there, so certainly unfortunate, but still really cool to get to see it, and for it being unexpected, I was very pleased by that. So certainly excited to catch it again, and you guys will see that here in the future. And I kind of forgot about this, another logo on the winglet, inside outside, on November 952, November. Really poor shots, but still very cool to get to see it. And again, guys, that window angle is so hard, so I apologize for the poor pictures, and there's our aircraft. So yeah, that was really cool to get to see as well. Certainly not the best angle here, but it's okay. And I do have a couple more shots before I got in the Skylink, so let's take a look at those. That American Airlines Airbus E321neo I was referencing earlier, here is that. Really cool to get to see this up close, again, out to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So that was really cool to get to see this aircraft. It's a really nice looking plane, and I'm excited to fly another one hopefully soon. So they're really cool. And how about this Air Canon number 175 in the old toothpaste colors? So also cool to get to see as many of these as possible. They still have quite a few of them flying around, so certainly glad to get to catch that. And there is a 321 pushing back, and there's the lineup here, and I think I might have a couple more. Some of these are pretty cool. You got some wheels up and a couple Learjets. That's nice. Nice looking variety lineup there, and a Delta 8220, and yeah, the American 737 I think was the last big one. So really great spotting session. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Next spotting session up, I'll probably do a month intermission to give a little bit of a break, and then sometime in April we will hit up Founders Plaza. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. That was a really fun spotting session. We got to see a bunch of very cool planes, a ton of great heavies, along with plenty of American American Airlines narrow body action. We had some Mexican carriers too, which was really fun, and some really cool cargo aircraft. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that, as that was a really fun spotting session. In that spotting session, the videos were portrait orientated, so we will certainly make some good videos out of that, even though they'll be a little pixelated, but it's all good because they would have been pixelated anyways, so there's not really any reason to be too upset about that, especially when the pictures were so good. So, but I got some really good videos for it in preparation for the content, so hope you guys are looking forward to that. It'll be a really fun spotting video, and I very much hope you guys enjoyed this one. And like I said previously, we'll also have a night Skylink spotting session, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that, as that was a really fun video too. And then following that, we'll have some Denver plane spotting content from that day trip, and then plenty of other plane spotting content from other trips. So I really hope you guys are looking forward to it. But with all that being said, that'll do for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.